Hi, I'm Cory Weatherton, Director of Product Development here at Jayco, and today I'm going to show you the brand new 2026 Jayco Greyhawk XL. I want to talk about what makes the Greyhawk XL the Greyhawk XL. Also, I want to talk about what's new for this model year. So before we go inside or even start the walk around, just so you know, this is our 33F floor plan. So this is a bunkhouse. There's been a lot of requests for a bunkhouse at this price point. But I want to assure you, if those bunkhouse days are behind you, and maybe they're way behind in that rearview mirror, we also have floor plans that are not bunkhouses. But this will give you a good feel for what makes the Greyhawk XL the Greyhawk XL. And then also for those of you who are interested in bunks, it'll give you a feel for the layout as a whole. Now, first of all, we build the Greyhawk XL on the F550 chassis and the F600 chassis. That chassis is built by Ford. We build on the 550 and the 600 because the longer motorhomes we have to put on a 600 because of the GVW being 22,000 pounds. The shorter motorhomes we can do on the 550 at a 19.5 GVW. Now this chassis is powered by the 6.7 liter Power Stroke diesel. So with that, it does have two fuel tanks. It does transfer fuel from the rear tank into the front tank. So you are utilizing that tank primarily. Also, this chassis is four-wheel drive. It's not all-wheel drive, but four-wheel drive. So I can be driving in two-wheel drive to get the best fuel economy possible. And when I get into that inclement weather or inclement conditions, I can switch it into four-high, get the traction that I need, but also know that it does lower your fuel economy with it. But I love that it's selectable so that I can get the best fuel economy depending on the conditions I'm driving in. Now, let's talk about the Greyhawk XL as a whole. First and foremost is Jayco's one-piece fiberglass front cap. No seams in it. You'll notice this front cap compared to, say, a Greyhawk or even a Seneca is pretty aerodynamic and sleek. This chassis is a squattier chassis. So the Greyhawk we build on the E450 chassis, the cab is just taller. And so we can put a big cap on it and it doesn't look weird at all. This squatty cab looks weird with a traditional cap on it. And so we wanted to make it more sleek, more aerodynamic, and really thin it up a little bit without really losing any overhead space. So we specifically designed it for that purpose. As I said, seamless. So this horizontal seam here that we have covered up where our bunk platform meets the sidewall, that is protected so that you do not get water infiltration. You'll also notice in this front cap that we do have that panoramic window in the front. That is a great asset to this. We've been using that style window since model year 2018, and I can tell you my office is right beside our customer service warranty, and to date we've had 0 warranty claims on that window for water infiltration or even cracking. Why is that? Because we install that window just like Ford does. They have about a 1/4 inch recess, a 3/4 inch lip. They put a brand of sealant around it that as it cures, it remains flexible. We do the same stuff on that overhead cap. Why does it need to remain flexible? Because this chassis cab going down the road, it buffets based upon road condition and also wind. So the windshield needs to flex. It needs to move a little bit. Same with our window. We know that we need to prepare for movement, side to side, up and down, torquing, if you will. And so we have that window in there. And I can tell you, back in 18, it took us a number of molds to get it right before we went into production. And from day one, that has functioned flawlessly. Because in reality, folks, it doesn't matter if we have a one-piece seamless fiberglass front cap to protect your coach from leaks. If that front window leaks, we've just wasted a lot of money on that front cap because it's the single most expensive component we put on any of our Class Cs. Now, we do that all the way down to our Redhawk SEs, and we do that all the way up to our Seneca Prestiges. This coach sits kind of right in the middle as far as price point goes. And we do that for you because we feel like it's very significant. The roof as well. The roof is one-piece seamless fiberglass that is crowned. So in the center, it's about a 5-inch crown. You'll notice overhead that the corners are rolled for water runoff, but then also anticipating snow melt to be able to run off of that. A lot of our competitors at this price point are using either a TPO or a PVC flat roof. And so we are crowning all of our roofs to make sure that you do get adequate water runoff. Now, all of our roofs are walkable. We encourage you not to tailgate up there. That is unsafe, but it is walkable. Why does it need to be walkable? Because we do everything we can to protect this coach from water infiltration. And even on the roof, where we cut into the roof, whether it's a skylight or an AC, fill in the blank, we put a sealant around it that's a self-leveling sealant. We encourage you a couple times a year to get up there and just check out your seals. Make sure that they're not cracking. Make sure they're not starting to peel up. That is the best preventative maintenance that you can do on this coach, is just by being aware and looking at your seals. If you notice they've started to crack or peel up, just put a self-leveling adhesive around it. It'll fill in the cracks. It'll tuck down around under where it's peeling up, and it will repair what could be a future water leak for you. So from the factory, we do everything we can to keep water out. Once it gets into your hand, it's up to you, and I encourage you to do that. What else is on the roof? On the roof is 200 watts of solar with a dual controller mounted to the house. The dual controller will monitor both your two 6-volt AGM house batteries as well as your chassis batteries. When your house batteries are full and topped off, it'll send the power to your chassis battery just to make sure that you have long battery life, because there's nothing harder on a battery than having it fully depleted. A lot of times that happens in the winter. So if you leave your solar on in the winter and you're parked outside, and just make sure those panels are cleaned off, it'll definitely preserve the battery life on these coaches. So wanted to point that out to you. On the roof as well, we do have a WineGuard 2.0 Connect, which is a Wi-Fi range extender and 4G LTE hotspot. I absolutely love that feature because it picks up a weaker Wi-Fi signal and intensifies it inside of the coach, and then I'm able to stream, or I'm able to be able to do work on my computer very easily. So I love that feature that's up there. On the roof as well, 2 air conditioners. Your front is a 15,000 BTU with a heat pump. Your rear is 13,500 BTU, no heat pump. I love the heat pump feature because I can turn it on those cooler mornings. I know it's supposed to get up, if you're in the United States, I know it's supposed to get up to 75 Fahrenheit that day. Canada, you do your own conversions. But in the mornings, if it's cool in the 40s, I can turn that on, and it warms up the inside of my coach. That roof is vacuum bonded. So are our walls and our rear wall, and then also our slide out rooms. What does vacuum bonded mean? We run these into a vacuum press. So we take all the sandwich pieces of the wall, if you will, we put adhesives on them, and then we run it into a vacuum press. It's 144 tons of pressure for 16 to 18 minutes, and then it totally bonds it together. I likened that to when I was a kid and I had an art project I had to do. If I had to put 2 pieces of construction paper together, I would take that Elmer's glue stick and I would smear it all over that construction paper. I'd put it together, and then my mom would say, let's put an encyclopedia on it. The next morning, we'd take that encyclopedia off, and we had a great solid glue process across the whole thing. And so that's what vacuum bonding is. Some of our competitors will pinch roll even yet today. Pinch rolling simply means they run it through calibrated rollers that momentarily apply pressure and rely on that momentary pressure to provide that solid adhesion. With us, we feel like that's an inferior way, so we vacuum bond in our own lamination facility. And that's another key thing. Our own lamination facility is both temperature and humidity controlled. So if it's wintertime, when it's cold and dry, low humidity here in Indiana, or summertime, hot and very humid, we get the exact same lamination process every time. So solid lamination. After we laminate the walls, we will take the window cutouts from the walls. We'll put them into a delaminating machine. Essentially, that machine is designed to pull the wall apart. And as that wall is pulled apart, we want to see shredding. We want to see the component shred, because if it shreds, we know that we've got a solid lamination. If it was a clean separation, we know that the lamination process was faulty, and we would scrap this whole wall. But because I've already mentioned that in-house lamination that we do ourselves, I can tell you we've got lamination dialed in, and DLAM is really a non-issue with Jayco Motorhomes, because we've done it for so long. We've been building motorhomes, if you didn't know, a super long time, well over 30 to 40 years, and we've got it dialed in for certain. So that is the construction process of this motorhome. As we come back, you're going to notice the 3-year structural. We believe in our process, we stand behind it, plus a 2-year limited warranty. That limited warranty covers everything we put into this coach, that we build or put into it. Did you know that everybody else in the industry at this price point, we'll call this a small Super C, even Super Cs are just a 1-year limited warranty. That number 2 is not proprietary to us at Jayco. Anybody could do it if they wanted to, just like a one-piece fiberglass front cap, but they choose not to. We choose to do that 2-year limited warranty because we want you to know that we stand behind your investment. Now, it is limited by 24,000 miles, and it's limited to this being used as a rental unit. If you were to use it as a rental, we know that folks who rent things generally don't take as good of care as what an owner does. And so we know that it could be used and abused pretty hard. And so if it is used as a rental, we don't stand behind that 2-year limited warranty. Let's continue back the coach. You'll notice this coach, it is a partial paint unit. So what does that mean? These are graphics, AKA decals, but then we also have paint going across this coach. So you'll notice this color gray, anywhere you see this color gray is painted on this coach. It allows us to keep the cost down a little bit, but then also give you the appearance of a lot more color coverage on the side of this coach. Now, we also offer this unit as full body paint. So that's a key thing to note. You can order this in. I know some of our dealers stock it with full body paint. You can do that if you would like to. Also, you can option black aluminum wheels on this. Currently, this unit has black wheel liners on it. So there are some options that you can do on this coach. Behind this door, you will notice a very large 40-inch smart television. And what I love about this smart TV is that it is connected to JBL premium audio. So for model year 2025, we had a lot of user feedback that they wanted a premium audio experience in our coaches. Obviously at Jayco, we are one of the premium brands within the industry. And really within the industry, the standard is just some no-name speaker because it serves a purpose. So after 6 months of ownership, our owners get a survey and we get feedback. And I can tell you our product development team, we take that feedback very seriously. Some ideas, I'll tell you, we don't, simply because we know it's not a universal one. Other ideas we do. And so this premium audio, you folks wanted it, so we're giving it to you. Premium audio is outside and then also inside the coach. So that's a key thing to note. This smart television, as you can see, you can stream your favorite app on that. And then also, great thing about that is it pairs very well with your Wi-Fi range extender that's on the roof of this coach. Coming back, you will notice that we do have rotocast compartments on the sides of this coach. They do cross over the chassis frame rails, and so you are able to store fishing poles and also your white folding table inside. Overhead, you'll notice a very large awning. That awning does have an integrated LED light. This last weekend, Memorial Day weekend for us, I took one of our coaches out camping over Memorial Day weekend. And I love the awning at night. It provides a lot of both mood lighting, but then also very functional lighting that you're able to sit out at the picnic table, enjoy the outside, and be able to see, but not too bright. So that's the key thing. When you're outside, you want to enjoy nature. You don't want blinding lights. That accent light does provide a lot of light for you. You will see the frameless windows. For us, frameless windows are a big deal because they do protect your seals from UV rays, which cause breakdown over time. Like I said, we want to keep water infiltration out of this coach. So this glass covering your seals definitely protects UV breakdown on those seals. Coming back, we've got another small rotocast storage compartment. You will see that we have a cover here. I believe that is hiding a tank, I believe is the key phrase. Coming back, a very large rotocast storage compartment here. Nice thing is you can put your muddy boots in, muddy shoes, be able to wash it out. And then we have one more rotocast compartment here, adequately sized for storage. You'll notice right here, what in the world is this? If you're familiar with RVs, you'll know this is a hot water heater. So on these Greyhawk XLs, we are installing 10-gallon gas electric hot water heaters. This hot water heater can run off of electric. I would say unless you have a high hot water demand and you're plugged in at the campsite, I would run it off of electricity. That's what I did this last weekend. But if by chance there's a lot of folks staying in this is a bunkhouse, I would run it off of propane and electricity, because then it gets into rapid recovery mode and it can replenish itself about 3 times in an hour. And so that gives you about 30 gallons of hot water in an hour. And unless you're on a full service campsite, that's excessive. If you're on a full service campsite, not a big deal, run it on that. You're dumping straight into the sewage area, and so it'll be very, very capable of keeping up for you, but I wanted to point that out. We love this system because it is tried and true. It's very simple, not a lot of parts on the inside, and it's been around for quite a long time, and so it is tested, well vetted, and that's the key thing. If we're going to install anything in our coaches, even like those JBL speakers that I already mentioned, it's got to be something that has been well vetted, because we want to make sure that the money you spend on this coach, that you do spend a lot of time driving it and enjoying it. So talking about driving and enjoying it, we do install the J-Ride Premium package on this. So on this unit, we are changing out suspension components to give you a better ride and handling experience. At this price point, we are the only manufacturer doing that. New for model year 26, we have partnered with Cory to install Cory shocks on this for that premium ride experience. Now our next trim level up, still on this Super Duty chassis, the Seneca XT, that has that 2-inch radius arm suspension lift. It just looks a little bit more beastly than what this does. We have been installing Cory's, but we wanted to beef up this suspension as well and give you that premium ride. So check out our website for the J-Ride Premium on this unit to be able to see what all of those components are. So this has been a look at the camp side of the coach. Let's go around the back and check that out. All right, so we're on the back side of the coach. I want to point out a couple things for you. You'll notice that overhead above me, we do have the rear backup camera. That camera can be utilized either for backing up, or if you're towing something, you can always have it on to be able to watch what's behind you. Or maybe you're the type of person that really likes to see just what's going on behind you in general. You can leave that on. So this last weekend when I was driving, I left mine on because obviously we have rear view mirrors in certain units, and they don't really serve its purpose because you cannot see back. That camera overhead just gives you a peace of mind that you're going to be able to see what's behind you. Also, you have side cameras on this coach as well, so when you turn on your turn signal, it activates the camera on that side, and so you'll be able to see what's in your blind spots as well. You'll notice overhead we do have a third brake light. That's a key thing for us here at Jayco because safety is a big deal. If by chance you are towing a cargo trailer or maybe a flat trailer with a car on it, sometimes your side brake lights could be obscured. So that overhead brake light definitely allows whoever's traveling behind you to see that brake light when it comes on. Right beside me, we do have a 12,000-pound hitch, a receiver that has a 1,200-pound tongue weight rating. So it keeps that GVW of your trailer and that 10% tongue weight rating of that trailer at the correct ratio. That way, you're able to tow safely. Overhead, you will see a ladder to get to the roof. We provide that for you. Remember, as I said on the side of the coach, best preventative maintenance is to get up and check your seals regularly, and so you're able to do that. This square tube bumper, I want to point that out. It's a small thing, but I know I love it using our motorhome, is that I'm able to store a sewer slinky hose inside of that. The ends pop off, you just slide it in, able to travel that way you're not getting your baggage compartments dirty at all. So quick look at the rear of the coach. Let's do the off-camp side now. Alrighty, so we're in the off-camp side of this 33F Greyhawk XL. Now, just because I've shown you things on the 33F, it does not mean that the storage is 100% true on, say, a 32U or another floor plan. So storage generally is married to the floor plan. So definitely whatever floor plan you're interested in, get down, get to your local dealership and check out the storage, check out the interior of the floor plan. Those two always go hand in hand. But the off-camp side of this 33F, this back storage compartment, this is a rotocast compartment. You will see that there is a 50 amp detachable power cord. We switched to that a couple years ago there again because of those customer surveys. If you're not an experienced camper, it is difficult to really snake wrangle a 50 amp attached power cord. A lot easier to deal with when it's detachable, simply because you can coil it up and put it inside. So our Greyhawk XLs have 50 amp detachable cords. Next storage compartment, this is another large, generous rotocast storage compartment. On the 33F, our black holding tank, waste area is this one, so not going to open it up. Coming back, you will notice the dual fill on this Super Duty chassis. Like I said, you have dual diesel tanks. Your back is an auxiliary, it keeps pumping to the front. Low point drain within this one, also our wet bay area. Very conveniently labeled and laid out, so it's very intuitive. The arrows point to the different city fixtures, city tank fill, etc. So very easy to use. Gray water holding tank in that one. Behind this door is our diesel generator. This has a 6,000 watt quiet diesel generator on it. It is plumbed to your fuel tank, and so you're able to pull diesel fuel from your fuel tank. This right here is our 30,000 BTU furnace exhaust. It is in this full wall slide. Key thing to note about this full wall slide, in our full wall slides, we are using a power gear system. Some manufacturers will use a slim rack or a Schwintek system, but I want to point out that this is a power gear system. Why do I point that out? Because it's a very robust system. It's a floor mounted system versus wall mounted. If I pick up that motor and slide track, it's about 40 pounds. If I pick up a slim rack system or Schwintek system, it's going to be about 5 pounds or so. So just to give you insurance, insurance and assurance, both words work, we are installing the power gear system here just to give you a lot of longevity within your slide power system. That's a key thing to note, that at Jayco, we will generally be using power gears everywhere except for bed slides. In those smaller slide outs, we'll use Schwintek, but a lot of our competitors will be using the lighter duty ones on their full wall slides and also their heavier weight bearing slides, but we're using power gear on those. As I mentioned, generator here. And then this is where we're going to house our LP and also our two 6-volt AGM house batteries. Chassis batteries under the hood. Like I said, dual controller, so it will power these first and then it'll switch over to your chassis battery. So this has been a look at the off-camp side. Let's go inside and check out this floor plan. Alrighty, so we are inside the 33F Jayco Greyhawk XL. I want to point out a couple new things and then also just give you a feel for the inside amenities of this Greyhawk XL. Behind me we have a front overhead bunk, as I already mentioned on the outside. This is rated at 750 pounds. Will 750 pounds ever be up there? I don't know, probably not, but at the same time, our engineering team does a great job of designing these so that they will hold up to heavy use, both literally and figuratively. The industry average on this is about 425 to 450 pounds. We're a full 750. Behind me, you'll notice, as I mentioned, that power shade. Those beautiful nights where you want to look up at the stars, go ahead and put that up. Be able to see the stars as you're sleeping. During the day, if you're down in the southern states, put that down to be able to keep the heat outside of this coach. Behind me, we call this a child safety net or an adult safety net. Really, we call it a child safety net. That's just to give whoever's sleeping up there assurance, if they want to use it, that they're not going to be rolling out of this bed. Both sides, we do have molded ABS plastic. There are cup holders and storage compartments on both sides. On the off-camp side, we do have a 120 volt outlet as well as 12 volt USB ports. Also this 40-inch smart television behind me, being able to swivel out. It will go out more than that. Just for the video purposes, I did not extend it out more than that. You'll notice as well the JBL Aura Cube. Certain floor plans, we have the cube with a sound bar. We have the cube with overhead speakers. Other floor plans, we have a JBL Aura soundbar mounted to the television. So it's all about television placement as far as where we install either the Aura soundbar or the Aura Cube. What I love about this, as I mentioned on the outside, it is that premium audio experience to where I can run my television through this. I can stream my phone to it if I'd like to. Multiple zones, either inside or outside, or inside and outside. And so it is very versatile. An incredible system, gives you great sound. As we look over to this area, want to first and foremost point out that with Jayco, we have a seat belt in every seating position. By law, we're not required to put them in the rear-facing dinette. We do install them there, but we don't install them just willy-nilly. The government does have standards if you're going to install brackets. So in these dual brackets, we have to withstand 10,000 pounds of pull for 60 seconds. In a single one, like what's underneath these option theater seats, it's just 5,000 pounds of pull for 60 seconds. So within this coach, you can sleep a lot of folks. As I mentioned, this is the bunkhouse. But with that seatbelt in every seating position, abundant storage underneath. Now, some manufacturers will put pull-out drawers. Those drawers are pretty narrow. Borderline useless in my opinion, because you're wasting a lot of storage space underneath. We are hinging these dinette bases so that you're able to store a lot of stuff underneath these. This Jayco exclusive legless dinette, I love it because oftentimes I'm the guy sitting closest to the window. I can slide over whether playing cards or eating dinner and not bang my knee on a crossbar going down. This is very easy to turn into a bed. I simply lift it up, pivot it down, cushions slide together, and I have another sleeping position there. So very solid, very sturdy. As I already mentioned, this coach has been optioned with theater seats. Standard is going to be a regular sofa, so I wanted to point that out to you. Behind me, in the front area, this is your Super Duty cab. So just as a heads up, the rear view mirror in this coach, it is going to be what displays your rear camera and your side cameras. Ford Sync head unit does not allow us to tap into it in order to put our video feeds coming in. So we do utilize an aftermarket rear view camera that is digital, like I said, controls your side cameras and your rear camera. So let's been a look at the front of the coach. Let's flip places and I'll show you the back. Alrighty, so we are in the rear of the coach now. I want to point some things out to you that are new for this model year. First of all, our cabinet door profiles. You'll notice our cabinet door profiles changed for this model year. And then when you get a peek into the kitchen here, you'll notice that our cabinet drawer profiles have changed as well. So nice thing about that is they are soft close. This overhead cabinet, same story. It's a soft closed cabinet. So that's new for this model year as well. So we changed our cabinet door and drawer profiles, created soft close within that. And then also you'll notice our wall boards. Our wall board pointing specifically to this area, we went to a white with light gray cross hatching in it. Last year we had kind of a darker tan, but wanted this to feel a little bit more residential for you. I say that because at home, lighter gray walls or even white walls are becoming more and more popular. Folks aren't so much painting theirs tan anymore. If you just painted your walls tan, I apologize for saying that. Omit that comment, but from what we have found, this is more trending, so we wanted to update the interior of this coach as well. You will notice on this 33F floor plan that we do have a countertop extension, and then as well we have a residential microwave overhead and an LP cooktop oven combo. So what I love about this is that the racks on the inside are adjustable. You can have them all the way down, and at that point you can put a pan of muffins in there. Maybe something a little taller, not excessively though, but you do have that opportunity to be able to be off-grid without your generator. Obviously your overhead microwave being residential, you can fit a large casserole in there if you'd like, and other items. Let your mind wander on what you can stick in that microwave. Refrigerators inside of our Greyhawk XLs, they are 12 volt. What I love about the 12 volt refrigerator is they cool down significantly. When I use a motorhome with a 12 volt refrigerator, I'll turn it on a couple hours before I actually go out camping. Put everything on the inside, though technically I think the sticker says give it about 24 hours to adjust. It starts to cool pretty quickly, so I'm able at that point to utilize my refrigerator. So that's just how I do it. You can do whatever's comfortable for you. As I mentioned, this coach, as it is equipped, this does have a 15,000 BTU with a heat pump up front and a 13.5 in the rear. That 13.5 is optioned. So standard in this coach is a 15K with a heat pump, no rear air conditioner, but you can option that rear air conditioner. Off to my right, your left, you're going to see the Firefly system. That is a multiplex system. It's a whole house control of this coach. So as I'm out at the campfire, it's dark inside the coach, and it's time to pack up your camp chairs, etc. outside, I can turn on my awning light from my app, Firefly app on my phone. I can turn on the inside lights. I can adjust the HVAC system inside of this coach. So this Firefly system is a very great system for us. Coming back, we have dual entrance into the bathroom. Because full transparency, when this slide is in, this slide almost touches this corner here. And so in order to, if I want to get to my bed without opening up the slide, I can sneak through the bathroom here. Or even if I want to use the bathroom with the slide in, say I'm at a truck stop, I can easily do that through this door. I already mentioned 33F bunkhouse. If it's not your cup of tea, just disregard this next section. But this is new for us this year. As I mentioned, the bunkhouse is. What I love about this is it's a multi-purpose area. And so you do have your overhead bunk, you do have your lower bunk, or I can pull a cable and tilt it up, and then I have a closet here. So a closet, and then I can remove this bottom cushion if I'd like to, put dog crates down there, put a bunch of shoes down there, or even boxes. So it has become a multi-purpose area for us. You'll notice down below 2 large drawers to be able to store, and then a curtain to close the kids off and keep them locked in there. Just joking, can't lock a curtain, but it is nice privacy for the kids. If we come back into the bedroom, you'll notice a nice sized wardrobe at the foot of the bed. In this wardrobe, we are storing our collapsible ladder for the front overhead bunk, bank of drawers down below, and a massive bank of drawers below your TV. Now this, behind your TV, there is a nice storage area for you to be able to put items back there like extra pillows or potentially comforters and sheets. And then if you notice the queen size bed, if you look at the nightstands, these are functional nightstands. What kind of annoys me in motorhomes is if there's a nightstand and the nightstand is simply just a platform. But you'll notice we have wireless USB charging as well as a USB port if you pop it up. And then on the side of the bed closest to the bathroom, we do have drawers in that nightstand to be able to pull out and access to be able to put some items in. And then 120 volts on both sides. Overhead, a full bank of cabinet doors. Those are actually soft close as well. And then entrance into your bathroom. Overhead window above your bed. Nice flow for those cooler nights where you don't want to use your AC and just have flow air coming in, and then your rear egress window. So this has been a complete walkthrough of this 33F Jayco Greyhawk XL. I want to encourage you, if you have questions on this product, or maybe you just want to learn more about it, go down to your local dealer and get your hands on this unit. Open the doors, close the drawers, experience it for yourself, because experiencing it, in my opinion, is the best way to know, does this unit fit for you? If this is about the price point you're looking at, and this has the amenities that you'd like, take it for a test drive, because with that J-Ride Premium Ride and Handling System, I can guarantee you that at the same price point, this is going to handle better than anything that our competitors do, simply because we're installing components at this price point that no one else does. If you have questions that maybe you're not ready to take the next step and visit your dealer, contact us here at the factory. When the receptionist answers, let them know the state or province you're from. Let them know you're interested in finding out more about the Greyhawk XL. Is there somebody that you can speak with? And they will direct you to a regional sales manager who's responsible for your area of the country. That's the key thing. They will direct you to somebody who knows what they're talking about. They know the ins and outs of these motorhomes. If by chance you happen to stump them, they'll probably say, you know, I'm not quite sure on that answer, but let me get a hold of engineering or let me get a hold of production, and they will get you the answer and they'll call you back in a timely fashion. My name's Cory Weatherton, Director of Product Development here at Jayco. Thanks for watching this video. Get out to your local dealer and get camping in this thing right away, because I'm sure you'll love it.